Hello, fellow weirdos. I'm Andy Negative, and today we're going over a bunch of weird punk guitar tricks. Alright, weirdos, before we jump in, please take 1 second to subscribe to the channel for all kinds of guitar and music related stuff. In this video, I'm going to cover a bunch of weird sound effect noise things that you can do on your guitar for punk music. They're highly used, not highly used. It's just a bunch of crazy stuff, and a lot of it's really fun to do. I would like to take 1 minute to say thank you to this video's sponsor. This video is sponsored by nobody. I don't have any sponsors. It's sponsored by me. I don't have a sponsor, but I do have a wonderful community over on Patreon, and if you'd like to help support me in this weird thing that I'm doing, you can do so for as little as $1 a month. You don't have to. I'll give you all the deets at the end of the video, but I mean, you don't have to. But you could, right? I'm not gonna be upset if you do, but I'm also, I'm not gonna spam your email inbox if you don't. All right, with that out of the way, there's a bunch of stuff to go over, so let's just dive right in and let's do the thing. Pick scrapes. Pick scrapes are awesome. They're very, very easy to do. It's very simple. You just take your pick between your fingers like this, and you push it up against a string and you slide it. You can get a couple different tones depending on where you put the pick on the strings. If you put it between two strings, get a little something different. And you put it on some higher strings, a little different. You pick scrape down here, different kind of sound. You can also do, try tapping it. You can do anything. Maybe don't pick scrape the top strings though, because don't get much out of it. A little bit, but not much. Where would you use a pick scrape? You'd use it as an accent. You use it to start off a song, in between sections, for fun, because they're awesome to do and such a blast. I would highly suggest you just do more pick scrapes all the time. I love them so much. Harmonics. Harmonics are effectively you playing the harmonic overtone of a note. It's really simple to do. You're just going to take your finger and you're going to put it normally where you would fret a string. Just going to lift it off so it's just slightly sitting on top of the string, and you'll notice it doesn't really work. And then you're going to slide it right over the fret wire and pick, and then you get yourself a harmonic. The thing about harmonics though is because of the scale of the neck, you're only able to do a harmonic on certain places. So really easy places to fret are the 5th fret, the 7th fret, the 9th fret, the octave, all easy places to fret. Now you might be saying, what if my song's in a different key? Well, we'll get to that with the next thing. Pinch harmonics. To play a pinch harmonic, it's very simple. You're just gonna take your pick and you're gonna hold it so that the flesh of your thumb heel there, or whatever you even call that, I don't know, is pressed up against the pick, and then you're just gonna slightly mute the string with your thumb, effectively pinching the string off. So as we move our thumb skin closer, you mute more of the string and leave just the harmonic. You'll have to play around with it a little bit, but you'll get it eventually. Why would you want to make a pinch harmonic? Well, if you want to put a harmonic in a song that's in a different key than what the open harmonics are, that's a great way to do it. You can play harmonics anywhere. You can play harmonics on open strings, which sounds awesome. Pinch harmonics are great for accents and solos. They're just a really cool technique that you can throw in anywhere, really. Tap harmonics. A tap harmonic allows you to play a harmonic effectively anywhere on the string. A natural harmonic is limited by the scale length of the string, and when you fret elsewhere on the string, you're actually shortening the length of the string, thus moving the harmonics elsewhere onto the fretboard. So basically, if you have your octave here, you're just gonna fret a normal octave. Say you wanted to play an octave one note up from there. You're gonna fret the first fret on the fretboard. That's a lot of F's right there. It's a fretty McFret fretboard fret. And then you're just gonna tap lightly where you would rest your finger for a harmonic. And then you get the harmonic, and you can move that anywhere. Is you can now move around harmonics as you please. So if you want to say have this note to be a harmonic, You can do that, whereas before it would sound like shit. Now it sounds great. You can move it up. So every harmonic is now available to you as you move them around using tap harmonics. Do it. Use a tap harmonic. It's a good time for all involved. Where would you use a tap harmonic? But in solos, the same places you would use harmonics, really, or anywhere. You can put them anywhere you want. They're just cool and fun, you know. You do whatever you want. Slides. A slide is effectively sliding your hand around on the strings, right? Yeah. It's really simple. You're basically just gonna pick somewhere and slide your finger across the string. Any string, from any direction. Sliding down is fun. Sliding up is fun. Doing a little slide like that. You can do anything you want. These could be used in accents, switching between sections like so. Right? It can be lots of places for you to use something like a slide, and I encourage you to use them. I love them when playing live because you can just slide around and people think it's intentional when really you just have no clue what you're doing and you've pretty much lost your place in your song and you're jumping around so you can't barely even keep your hands on your guitar, but you just... Right? No one knows the difference. The blues string band. The blues string bend is something that is stolen right out of blues music, hence why it's the blues string bend. This is something that's easy to do but tricky to master. It works best with the B and the G string. What you're going to want to do is fret a note on the B string, and then you're going to want to go down a string and over 2 frets on the G string. And when you play these 2 notes together, sounds like a horrible, horrible train accident, which that's okay because we can work with that. What you're going to want to do is slide the G string up to meet the note on the B, so you'll do this. It's that distance between them that makes it sound interesting, but effectively you're just sliding the note on the G string to match the note on the B string. Now I like to use my middle finger on the fret in between the 2 of them just to support this string a little better. But as you do it more and more, you'll get used to it and you'll be able to get a good sound. If you don't go far enough, it really doesn't sound good. And if you go too far, it's starting to sound like they used. So you're gonna need to practice getting it right. But the more you do it, the better you'll get. Now you can hear this in Rancid solos. Tim Armstrong uses this a fair amount, and also in the Hell Song by Sum 41. That's in the guitar solo, and I'm a big fan of it. So you should do some blues string bends. You'll thank me later. Offbeat pick hammer. The Upbeat pick hammer is probably that's probably not even a real thing. I just call it that. I probably didn't make it up, but it's just a thing that I do occasionally. It's very simple. You're just doing a hammer on a pull off, but then you're picking on the in between. It just gives it a little accent on the picked note that you wouldn't normally get if you're. You can use it in solos, in accents. I use it occasionally here and there in random things. It's fun, throw it in. If you can find a place for it, it could be useful, but also you could not. It's a weird thing. I don't really know if it counts as like a punk rock guitar technique. It's just a thing that I do sometimes. And hammer, offbeat, hammer pick. Yeah! Feedback. Feedback is effectively when your guitar signal is so loud and distorted that it starts to feed back against itself from the speakers of your amp, or a computer in this case, into your pickup. That's why it took so much for me to get it out of this setup, because the speakers are over there, and it's I had to go turn it up and put the guitar against the speakers, and then you get feedback. Now, if you have an amp set up, it's really easy to do. You just stand in front of the amp and put the guitar in front of the amp. If there's more gain on your guitar, much easier. The best thing to do for feedback is to make a note that doesn't last very long, so make a kind of a muted note, and then hold it up against the speaker, and it'll start feedback, and it'll create feedback overtones that sound really, really good. This is used in so much stuff, and I love it. Feedback is wonderful. It's just very difficult to do in with this exact setup where I'm sitting far away and listening on headphones. Much more difficult to create feedback, though doable, but it's much easier when you put your guitar against a speaker. So if you want to create feedback, just do that. And the Rollup. The Rollup it's not a fruit roll-up, as delicious as that will be. I would love to be eating a fruit roll-up right now, but I don't have any. But the Rollup is a very simple technique where you just strum a slightly muted power chord and then roll up your guitar. You do it with a full power chord. You do it with a really muted power chord. The sky is the limit, and you're wondering, I know you're wondering, why would I use this? What possible reason could I have for this? And it's because that's how they start all the small things. So if you want to play all the small things, that's how you do the intro bit to that. You just do a roll up and then play the thing. So now you know. You're welcome. Have fun playing all the small things. It's so hot in here. And that's it for the bunch of weird guitar techniques that you can use to play punk music, I guess. Which one was your favorite? Did you have a favorite one out of this bunch? I really like the blues string bend thing. It's just really fun to do, and it makes you seem way cooler and like you know what you're doing a lot more than any of the other ones, I think. Yeah, but let me know down below which one is your favorite of the list. If you found this video insightful or informative, please obliterate that like button. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. As I said at the beginning of this video, I don't have a sponsor, but I do have a wonderful community over on Patreon that they help to support me making this creator content lifestyle that I've chosen, and help me to be able to continue to afford the Herculean amounts of coffee that I need to consume to output the content on a regular basis, which I do. So if you'd like to support me in my creative endeavors further, please consider joining the Weirdo Cult over on Patreon. My community gets early access to my content, they get exclusive music, and they have their names included at the end of all my videos, which you'll see immediately following this. I'm Andy Negative, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Bye! If you're seeing this, the video is now at its end, and if you could just do me one extra favor, I just released my very first novel that I'm very, very proud of. It's based off of my album SOS, and if you could go to Amazon and you could go purchase a copy and read it and maybe leave a review, it'd honestly mean the world to me. Please go do that if you want to, and if not, don't. Thank you. Bye.